We are going to cover how this CTD is organized because it is a highly organized structure and followed by mainly regulated markets like Europe, US, Japan, Canada, and a couple of other countries. Why we call it as highly regulated market? Because the rules are very stringent, regulations have to be followed, and if you fail to follow, then you will land into the observation warning letters and so on. And that's the reason this CTD has become very popular, and now CTD or eCTD has become mandatory in Europe, US, Japan, and many other countries. So in today's session, we are going to discuss how this CTD is organized. CTD means Common Technical Document, and these are the highly popular and widely used terminology in the pharmaceutical industry. And all the contents which we have gathered are, this is a disclaimer. Some images and content we have taken from the internet, and the sources are acknowledged. So today we are going to cover the history about this CTD, ECTD. First of all, why to go electronic. Then there are different types of submissions like CTD, ECTD, then NICE and ACTD. And what does this CTD or ECTD consist of, and how do you prepare ECTD? This will be covered in the next week session using software, as I have already mentioned, and the conclusion. So let us think about the CTD and ECTD because it has a very old history since 1980s, but that time, though it was started to make the CTD format, due to insufficient IT capabilities, it took then 10 to 15 years. Like in 1995, you see, FDA used PDF files with the hyperlinks. Then 1997, CTD topics was published into ICH M4. Again, as I mentioned, ICH is the International Council on Harmonization of Technical Requirement for the drug substance and the drug product, and ICH is formed by US, Europe, Japan, and they have written such a nice guideline, very useful guideline, which is followed by our industry, and those are broadly classified into quality, safety, efficacy, and multidisciplinary. So under multidisciplinary, if you see M1, M2, M3, M4, M4 talks about the ICH CTD, M8 talks about the ICH ECTD. Like that, there are M7 which talks about the genotoxic impurities, and there are a couple of other guidelines. When we talk about ICH quality guidelines, there are ICH Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, up to Q14. Then there are safety guidelines, efficacy guidelines. So you will see ICH is divided broadly into quality, safety, efficacy, and multidisciplinary. Then after this ICH M4 CTD guidelines was published in 1997. In 2001, the first ECTD guidelines was published. And then 2003, CTD has become mandatory in Europe and first ECTD was submitted. In 2006 onwards, life cycle management become a challenge. Why it has become a challenge? Now, more or less, it has subsidized because when we used to work in industry, we used to face lots of challenges while handling this ECTD. Now, also, if you are technically sound and if you know some part of IT handling that submission, hyperlinking, bookmarking, study tagging file, then it becomes very easy. But for that also you need a practice. Over and above, once you understand the technical requirement of CTD organization, how to organize module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how the content is written, the writing skills are very important. Then organizing CTD in module wise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is equally important, and then conversion to eCTD has become able. So it is divided into three parts. One is writing of modules, the preparation of modules, what we say. Then compilation of modules, which we organize in the CTD as per the CTD granularity mentioned in the ICH guidelines. And then we convert to eCTD by using the software. So in US FDA, January 1, 2008, ECTD became CEDAR's standard for the electronic submission, and FDA has made it mandatory for all electronic submissions to be in ECTD format since 2007 2008. And Europe, since January 2010, the EMA only accepts submission received in the mandatory ECTD format. So you can see US and Europe is a part of our ICH. So they have started, e-CTD submission acceptance from 2008 to 2010. So everyone has to be organized. So please be organized. Unorganized files will make this situation. So nobody, the reviewer, suppose if I am a reviewer and you are sending files which is not organized, how will be my reaction? And would I feel to look into your file which was submitted to me as a reviewer? No. So let us understand how the CTD granularity is highly organized, and please train yourself, skill yourself how to be organized so that your reviewer become very happy and you get the faster approval for your submission. And if you are not properly organized your dossier, reviewer may get frustrated, irritated, and confused like this. Am I right? So first of all, try to understand why to go electronic. Why? Because of quality, cost, and environmentally responsible. Quality means you get better quality. Of course, now we are digital India. Everyone is going behind digital, electronic, so that the time and money, everything is saved. In case of our submission, right from IND, NDA, NDA, life cycle management becomes very, very easy. An entire life cycle is covered when we convert the submission into eCTD format. So at a single click button, you get all the information of all the versions sent to the FDA or EMA by using eCTD software. And so that it is easy and rapid call up of information whenever you want, as and when required. Coming to cost, of course, paper and transportation cost has tremendously reduced, right? Storage and archive requirement has reduced. Of course, if I still recollect, we used to submit, make three copies, printed copies of CTD submission, and one dossier comprises of 25 to 29 binders, the box files, and one of them we used to send to CEDAR FDA. One is to archival copy and submission copy, and the review copy. So like that, you just imagine how many papers and the courier charges and everything used to get wasted. And of course the cost, so the transportation cost, the paper cost, everything was saved only due to this electronic system. And storage, again, there was a huge requirement of storage. How do we store, one NDA or one ANDA? Just imagine so many files, binders we used to keep. So now, since electronic systems is available, nothing is required, right? Your data storage, archival system, everything is now converted into electronic cloud based system. You need only the cloud server, which is on which the data is saved. And because of this, all everything become faster, more efficient, then review, quicker registration. So everyone's time is saved, whether it is a writer, applicant, or the reviewer sitting in FDA. The time is very important. So time is saved, cost is saved, quality, we get a better quality. But the most important factor, if you realize, very, very important, it is that is environmentally responsible, because we are people living on earth, and we are equally responsible to maintain our environment, keep clean. Why the plastic has stopped, why there are many items are banned in our country, because of we are responsible to keep our environment healthy and clean. And coming to the paper, if you must have heard that NC, the new chemical entity, is approximately 2040, 240,000 pages we is to require to print one NC. The paper for this would be 672 kg, which is equivalent to one average tree. So just imagine an entire tree is required to submit a single copy of the application form, one applicant to one health authority. Now there are so many health authorities, right? Out of which only US, Europe, Japan, Canada, WHO, and so many. But there are so many. There are 257 countries in this world, and we have to follow country specific and the product specific requirements. So suppose today I'm having my registration only in India. Tomorrow I may go to OW country, rest of the world, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and slowly I move towards the African country, European country, Russian countries, US, Europe. So like that, you just imagine if I have 1,000 range of product, then so many trees would have cut in those days. So that is the reason I always say this third point is very important to have electronic submission that is environmentally responsible. So coming to different types of electronic submission, there are niche format which is non-ECTD electronic submission. It is nothing but simple scanned version of paper submission without backbone. An eCTD is a document in intelligent PDF, JPG, or GIF format with folder or tree structure and the XML backbone. So this you will really learn, in the next week lecture, how the XML backbone is generated, how the hyperlink and bookmark is created with your CTD submission. So this is a common triangle which is widely used and it is available on internet, in which you will see module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, and module 5. So module 1 is always talks about the regional administrative information, and which is not a common part. Though all the other module 2, 3, 4, 5 are common uh, part for the ECTD or ECTD, but module 1 is not common and it is not part of CTD. Why? Because it comprises of all region specific requirement, regional specific information. Now today I have to submit my submission to Japan, Europe, or Russia. So I have to fulfill the regional specific requirement of that specific country. Suppose if Japan, now I have to convert my label in Japanese language. I have to follow instruction as per Japanese rules and regulation. I have to compile data or conduct the VAB studies as per the Japanese PMDA rules and regulations. So that's how when we talk about module 1, it's very important to understand it contains all the mock labels, regional specific requirement, where the country of origin, and all the company details like the name of the company, address, the contact people, and so on. So, like this, module 2 is talking about the summaries of module 3, 4, and 5. So, it is always called it as QoS. QoS nothing but quality overall summaries, which is non-clinical summaries and the clinical summaries, and non-clinical overviews and the clinical overviews. It's easy to remember, right? And then module 3 talks about the quality module or the CMC module. CMC is a chemistry, manufacturing, and control, in which we have to gather all the information of your drug substance or drug product in this CMC format. When we talk about DMF part comprises of only module 3, module 1 and module 3. Why? Because DMF doesn't have the product. So API becomes your product in that case, and for which you need to compile all the CMC data, right, that is into eCTD or CTD format. Then module 4 talks about the non-clinical part, in which whatever studies you must have conducted on animals, all those data has to be compiled, pharmacological, toxicological reports, all have to be attached in this non-clinical section, that is module 4. And module 5 talks about the clinical study reports. So this is a illustration of how does these modules organize and how this eCTD looks like. So left hand side you can see CTD format in the triangle, and right hand side you can see eCTD, that is which always have the original submission, that is designated as tetra 0 4 times 0, under which you will organize module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5. And when we use the eCTD software, this utility folder will automatically generated index.xml and index.md5 checks. So these are the three files generated automatically when we use the software. And you will learn what is the use of these three important files by using that software. Otherwise, in today's session, we are going to learn about module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how it is organized, what kind of documents are attached in that particular folder and the subfolder. So please try to listen to me very carefully, because so that you will understand in the next session very easily, when we take you through the actual demo. So as I mentioned, there is a folder structure. The original application, when you submit, we form a folder as a tetra 0, under which all other folders are organized. And below this are the under this each folder there will be the content files. Content file are always attached in PDF format. Okay, so these are the components, the core components of the eCTD. You know, there are content file, then regional.xml file, index.xml file, checksum, and there are, when you go for Europe, there are envelopes which we have to prepare for each country, because Europe has 27 plus 3 countries. So each country specific envelope we have to prepare under the module 1, and then we submit. So next week we will see how it is prepared, how it is organized. So coming to again components of eCTD, lib document is the file with the information which is in PDF format. And some data files were required mainly for USA. A directory structure means what? Somewhere to put all the files. That is called directory structure. XML backbone means what? A way of managing all the information about the submission and the files in the submission, as well as the relationship to previously submitted files and submission. So that's the reason XML backbone it is called. Backbone means what? The highly organized table of content you will find, so that when you click the button or any file, it will take you through the proper destination. Say for example, if I want to search like the manufacturing process in the module 3. So when I click on module 3, under which all the content files are arranged, in which suppose if I have to search look into the manufacturing process, so that hyperlink and bookmark will help me out. How it will be helpful, that we are going to see in the next week. So XML is nothing but the extensible markup language, a structured data exchange standard that is both human and the machine readable. And that's why, since it is human and machine readable, that is called a structured data exchange. Otherwise, how we can read? If it is written in XML language, then only it is organized and it becomes a a backbone of eCTD. So a backbone is nothing but it is a table of content of entire eCTD, right from module 1 to module 5. Just try to understand the definition of each word used in the eCTD. Leaf means what? Contains information about document in the eCTD and will reference to a physical file in the file system. Node means a section in the eCTD. Example 32S41, which contains the leaf document. eCTD file name, physical file name, right? That is EMA-cover, or you write FDA 483, so like form 483. So when you want to separate two words, you just use plain hyphen. Now the other characters are not allowed. Then leaf title or the eCTD title, document name that will be displayed to the reviewer, that is cover letter. Okay, so node, leaf title. I hope you understood. Then the sequence. So Tetra Zero is our first original submission. That is called sequence. The first sequence, original sequence. Then when you make the changes, in your submission, then it becomes 0001, 0002, 0003, like on. So this is how the XML backbone looks like. Now you will understand how highly organized granularity, highly organized structure it looks like. You can see this module 2 common technical document summaries, under which module 2, 2.3, 2.2 is like introduction, 2.3 is sorry, 2.3 S part talks about the drug substance, P part talk about the drug product, then 2.3A is appendices, and so on. So under each module there are submodules, and under submodule there will be the different file that is called content file. Now in this you will see all files are new. Into bracket you can see new because this is a Tetra Zero, the original submission. When it will become a 0001, that is the next version, then whatever document you will be changing, this new is changed button to replace. Now, let us understand how do we prepare for the CTD or the eCTD documentation part. So always try to use the templates. Templates will be very helpful, which should be harmonized in your company with respect to header, footer, the pagination, the margin, then the content. So suppose for product A you have written PDR by using CTD format, but product B is A buyer. You have not attached any, compatibility studies, and you have missed out. So that's the reason. Always try to prepare templates which would be very useful in your company, and all the documents to be technically correct, have the right granularity, conform to external regulations and guidelines, consistent with internal standard and styles, naming convention, and intelligent PDF. All the documents has to be converted into PDF files, and PDF also you have to take a licensed version of PDF. Don't use free versions. Then coming to granularity, which defines how the completed document is broken down, tagged, and stored for reuse. Of course, when we are converting all the dossiers into eCTD format, our intention is it has to be used, lifetime. It should be use, reuse, lifetime, so that we maintain all the versions and it is available with a single click button. And of course, for taking eCTD license is a cost involved, but of course, involvement of cost is there, still time is saved, huge time is saved. And eCTD granularity always determines smallest piece of information that is reusable. Changing granularity during the life cycle is difficult, therefore must be planned at the beginning itself. And FDA guidance, each document should be provided as a separate file. What is meant by intelligent PDF file? A file is converted to special PDF format which enables link and bookmarks to be applied and hence it is searchable. So whatever files you must have attached in your folders and subfolders under module 1 to 5, it has to be searchable, and that is why it is called the intelligent PDF file. Then you have to cross reference also. So there are two types of cross referencing. One is inter document, another one is inter document. Inter documents links means bookmarks, which most inter document links can be automatically set using templates. And to set each link manually would take many hours. Whereas inter document is cross reference is given in the context of other documents. This will be shown you actually. Just try to understand definition first. And all this information you will find under CEDAR, Electronic Regulatory Submission under FDA.gov. There are guidance for ICJM4 and there are several other guidelines available. Now, just remember points, module wise. Module 1, as I said, it's very important because which gives administrative information and the prescribing information. So the name of the folder for module 1 should be in small letter, that is M1. The module contains administrative information that is unique for each region. ECTD backbone were developed to allow the transfer of the regional information included in the regulatory dossier. So, as I mentioned earlier also, all administrative information as per the regional specific requirement and regional specific guidance on the format and content to be followed when we handle module 1. So for European Union, for FDA, for other Japan, Canada, you will see all these contact information. This table provides contact information for each region. How do we submit this ECTD? Then module 2 talks about summaries. As I said, quality overall summaries of module 3, module 4 and 5, which is nothing but quality oral summary of non-clinical overview, clinical overview, and non-clinical summaries and clinical summaries. So this module also contains all PDF files. You can see the PDF text with the exception of few embedded images, and the name of the folder for module 2 should be M2, and this module 2 should be named as follows but can be further reduced or omitted to minimize path length. So you can see how the module 2 is further divided into 2.2, 2.3, 4, 5 and 6, which talks about introduction, quality overall summary, non-clinical overview, clinical overview, non-clinical written and tabulated summaries. So when you give the folder name, as I mentioned, to separate two words or two character, always use hyphen. So now suppose 2.2 talks about introduction. When you give the file name or the folder name, 2.2, you don't need not to give point in between or the period. So just plain 2.2 hyphen intro means it is this section talks about the introduction. 2.3 talks about QoS, that is quality overall summary, non-clinical overview. So now it is pretty clear. 2.4, 2.5 clinical overview, 2.6 non-clinical summary. So when preparing for CTD, you have to understand the description, the sections in the CTD, and the naming convention. So nowadays software is available which takes care of naming convention as well. Suppose if you miss out any putting hyphen or separating any words, then the software automatically gives the naming convention. But again, it depends on which software you opt for. We have our own software which is 21 CFR Part 11 compliant. coming to module 3, which is also very important module of quality, and this module again is divided into drug substance and drug product, which is called 3 to S and 3 to P. So the name would be, M3, and module 3 should be named as follows, but can be further reduced to, to minimize the pathway. So 3 to, you can see 3 to S. 3 to S, this is drug substance again divided into S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6, and S7, which talks about, general information of that drug substance, manufacture, characterization, control of drug substance, specifications, analytical test procedure, validation of analytical. Now S4, here S4 is further broken to 4.1, 2, 3, 4. And S5 again further broken to S5 point, 5, 4.5 is, of course, the uh, 3 to S4 is divided into 5 subsection. What I mean to say, that is specification, analytical procedure, validation, batch analysis, and justification of specification. Whereas S5 is not divided, it talks about the reference standard of the material, and S6 talks about the container closure system, S7 talks about the stability of this all sections. S means substance, drug substance. So S1 to S7, uh, we have to compile all the data relevant to your drug substance. Then we move forward with the 3 to P. P talks about the drug product.
Excuse
So
me, ma'am.
the drug product you have to consider as P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, and P8. So all these sections and subsections you have to remember at least for CMC module, because most of the Indian companies are into submission of DMF and submission of ANDA. But when you go for NDA or NCE, then you have to remember all other modules and submodules of module 4 and 5 as well. So this is pretty clear. I will go back. This module 3 is very important, which is divided into drug substance and drug product. And drug substance again divided into S1 to S7. You can see. But under S4, there are S4.1 to 4.5. Then you can see under P12, that is drug product, P1 to P8. So under P5, you can see 5.1, 2, 3, 4. So there is a similarity. When we talk about, there it is S4 is divided into S4.1 to 4.5. So when
Ma'am,
we gather
ma'am.
information about, yeah, just hold on, let me
Yeah.
finish. Yeah, just park your question. So when we talk about S4 or P5, you can see relevant document regarding the drug substance or the drug product, like specification, analytical test procedure, validation of analytical method, batch analysis. These are the important information which we have to cover into that specific modules. Then P5.4 talks about batch analysis, and there 4.5 talks about the batch analysis. Now here P5.5 characterization of impurities, then 5.6 justification of specifications, then P6 reference standard. There also, you can see S6 was reference standard, then S7 stability. Here P7 is container closure and P8 is the stability. So it becomes very easy to remember when we consider drug substance and the drug product part. Okay. Then CMC module also comprises of 3 to A, which talks about appendices, that is facilities and equipment, and then A2 is adventitious agents safety. Now, in all cases, suppose if at all the information is not applicable in your application or with respect to your product, still you have to maintain the hierarchy, make the document, and say this section is not applicable. in your case or for your product. But these sections in the ECTD granularity you have to maintain. You have to maintain all sections and subsections here. Then coming to last TMC part, that is 3 to R. 3 to R talks about the regional information and 3.3 is a literature reference. So pretty clear. Now again I am repeating this module 3. Module 3 is divided into drug substance, drug product. Under drug substance there is a S1, S2, S3, S4 to up to S7. Under P it is P1 to P8. Then there is a regional, that is 3 to A and 3 to R. So these are the four sections required to compile your data as per module 3. Okay, so now I will just stop here and I will take your question because the understanding is very, very important. So coming to module 3, each drug substance manufacturer should be placed in a separate subordinate folder. Folders and files should be created for each drug substance manufacturer section included in the submission in accordance with the hierarchy identified in the following chapters. So each drug product should be placed. As I shown it already, right? Drug substance and drug product, we have to maintain separate folder, and under each folder also there will be couple of other folders which is subdivided into, like I mentioned, P1, P2, P3, P4. Again under P5 there will be 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, like this. So same thing we have mentioned in these words. Okay, same thing which we discussed. Now these points you have to remember. The folder name should include the name of the excipient abbreviated as necessary to remain within the 64 character. So when you give the file name, the file naming convention by using the hyphen, that should not go beyond 64 characters. Then these folders should be included where regional information is appropriate, and reference should be made to regional guidance for the types of information to be included in this section. I hope module 3 is pretty clear now. Coming to module 4. Module 4 talks about the non-clinical study reports. So module 4 and 5, usually it is not required for ANDA submission and for our DMF submission. Whereas module 4 and 5 required for NDA, NCE, because it is a new drug application, wherein you conduct all the studies, right? Clinical trial phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And that's the reason the data becomes very, very huge. Because of the huge data, how to organize, the US FDA recommends to go for study tagging file. Okay, study tagging file STF is mandatory in US, whereas STF is not mandatory in Europe. There we use only just node extension. So these are the minor differences which you have to remember when we work in US and Europe. So module 4 always talks about the non-clinical summaries and the data about the the pharmacology and toxicological data, and it is organized like this: 4.2, then 2.1 is again pharmacology, primary pharmacodynamics, secondary pharmacodynamics, safety pharmacology, pharmacodynamic drug interaction, and so on. You can see how it is uh, divided and subdivided further into small ADME, like absorption, distribution, metabolism. So all these data under module 4 comprises of animal data. And because of animal studies, pharmacology, toxicology becomes important, so that we have to prove that our drug is safe in animals. Then only an FDA or any health authority gives a permission to conduct the clinical trials in human. And when it started in human, then it becomes module 5, that is called clinical module 5. So this is your module 4, how it is structured or organized. And then we come to Module 5, that is clinical study reports, which contains all clinical studies, which is referred to M5, and M5 again divided into, you can see, tabular listing of all clinical studies, clinical study reports, reports of biopharmaceutical studies, BABE studies. You can see comparative BABE. So module 4 and 5, you will see these are also bigger modules. Like CMC, how we divided into drug substance, then drug substance S1 to S7, drug product P1 to P8. Like that, clinical and non-clinical also divided into many study reports. Healthy volunteer, patient, PK/PD data, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics. All these things, when we talk about ANDA, it is replaced with the BABE studies. Module 4 and 5 is replaced with the BABE study reports. Okay. So now we come to the other important points like use of color fonts, page orientation, page size and margins. Always use black font color. Blue font can be used, the hyperlink text. Okay, sorry. So use of color font, always use black color font. Page, you have to arrange either portrait or landscape. Sometimes landscape are useful when we go to stability report or clinical summary reports or any other data like use data when we want to compile in one A4 size paper. Then we can change the orientation to landscape. Otherwise, portrait is good enough. Then page size and margins also it should fit into your A4 or the later size paper. These are the small things you have to keep it in mind by using before using the software. And a sufficient margin also 2.5 centimeter on left side of each page should be provided in order to avoid obscuring information. And for pages in landscape orientation, at least 2 centimeter at the top and 0.8 centimeter left and the right. So these are the very basic things you have to take care of while compilation of your dossier. Then the sources of electronic document like PDF is produced. PDF document produced by scanning paper document are usually inferior to those produced from an electronic source document. And scanned documents are more difficult to read and do not allow reviewer to search or copy and paste text for editing. So they should be avoidable, avoided into wherever it is possible. And the method used for creating PDF documents should produce the best replication of a paper document. And that is why licensed version of PDF is used. And to ensure that the paper and PDF version of the documents are the same, the document should be printed from the PDF version. And it is recommended that scanning be undertaken at the resolution of 300 dpi to balance the legibility and the file size. Paper documents containing handwritten notes should be scanned at 300 dpi. Handwritten notes should be done in black ink for the clarity, and for photographs and images, the resolution is 600 dpi. Otherwise, the image is get scattered. That's the reason, because see, lots of validation data contains chromatograph and some images. Like sometimes we use the pictorial diagram to show over the manufacturing equipment or something like that. So try to use 600 dpi for whenever you are using the photographs or the images. And whenever there is a content, handwritten content and which is a scanned image, so 300 dpi is good enough. Then the gels and karyotypes should be scanned directly rather than from the photographs. Then hypertext linking bookmark, you will see actually the next session, which helps in improving navigation through the PDF document. And hypertext links can be designated by the rectangles using thin lines or by the blue text. The bookmark hierarchy should be made identical to the table of contents with no additional bookmark labels beyond those present in the table of contents. After this lecture also, I'm going to show you one ECTD which is prepared by me and submitted and approved by SFDA. So my client was the first to send this submission in 2015 when SFDA also Saudi Arabia started accepting ECTD. Okay. So the use of no not more than 4 levels in the hierarchy should be used in the bookmarks, and magnification setting is inherent zoom should be used. Pagination always use X of Y pages. Page numbering is very important. Then file size is also important. Always try to split your content if it is more than 15 MB, 50 MB. 100 MB is allowed, but try to make a file in small MB so that it is easily searchable. And while uploading also there will not be error. While validating also there will not be minimum error will be there. So whenever huge documents size is also huge when it contains images, lots of chromatograms and all. So try to split those into two parts, part one of validation data or part two of validation data. Or suppose clinical summary data, which comprises of heavy data, statistical analysis, hundreds of tables. So data becomes huge, document becomes very bulky. In that case, you can divide it to 2 to 3 parts. But give file name appropriately so that when it goes to reviewer, becomes easy to understand that your clinical summary report is divided into 3 parts or your validation data is divided into 3 parts. When several small documents with their own internal page numbering have to be brought together into a single file, under which circumstances it is not considered necessary to provide additional page numbering, but the start of each sub document should be bookmarked. Okay. Then there are open dialog box, document information fields. You can just read it, okay? Because when practical is there, you will better understand. Only looking and reading, you will get confused. But don't worry, these all things you will learn, during the practical session. And it's very easy, to understand, and even you learn by yourself also. Indexing of PDF document, text indices can be used. Okay, when a document or the group of document is indexed, all words and numbers in the file and all information stored in the document fields are stored. Okay, so how it is stored, how the Acrobat plugin helps for the XML backbone will be seen. Okay. So this all information I bought it just for your understanding, organization of SVG files. SVG is a language for describing two-dimensional graphics, or the SVG allows 3 types of graphic objects. So that is all about the CTD and ECTD organization. Thank you for your patient hearing. I know it was a very lengthy lecture, and if you have really attended with peace of mind and focused attention, then I hope 90% of people must have understood. But still, if you are not understood, I am available for the discussion now. Thanks once again for your kind attention. Thank you very much.